皆さん、こんにちは。ローズです。Welcome back to Nihongo. 元気ですか？ I hope you're doing well. このビデオでは、レッスン34の文法を紹介します。でも、その前に、レッスン33の文法を復習しましょう。So first we've learned about imperative verbs, which are used to give orders or command someone to do something, while prohibitive verbs are used to stop someone from doing something. We've also learned nani to yomimasu, which is A is read as B. For example, それは非常口と読みます. It's read as 非常口. We've also learned nani to 書いてあります, which means A is written or it says A. For example, 非常口と書いてあります. 非常口 is written or it says 非常口. Next, we've learned about 何々という意味です, which is A means B. For example, 使用禁止は使ってはいけないという意味です. We've also learned the phrase 何々と言っていました, which is used to convey or relay a message. For example, 彼は席を外しますと言っていました. He said, I'll be away from my desk. And lastly, we've learned about how to ask someone politely to deliver or give a message to someone else using 何々と伝えていただけませんか? For example, 後で電話をくださいと伝えていただけませんか? Could you please tell her or him to call me later? はい、大丈夫ですか? Before we begin, don't forget to check out the vocabulary list for this lesson. じゃあ、レッスン34の文法を勉強しましょう。Here are the grammar points for today's lesson. The first one is verb 1 or noun の通りに verb 2. So here it means verb 2 in the same way as verb 1 or noun. Meaning to do or copy exactly what someone has seen, heard, learned, and so on. Dictionary form is used when the action is going to happen from now on, while that form is used when the action already happened. For example, please do as I do. Our verbs are do, shimasu, and another word for do is yarimasu. So, we say, verb 1 in dictionary form, watashi ga shimasu becomes suru. And then, tori ni, watashi ga suru tori ni, followed by our verb 2, which is yarimasu. Yatte kudasai. So, please do. So, we say, yatte kudasai. Watashi ga suru tori ni yatte kudasai. Next example, please write down as I say. Our verbs are say, iimasu, and write down, kakimasu. So first, our dictionary form of iimasu. Watashi ga iu. So, I say. Watashi ga iu tori ni. Our verb is kakimasu. Please write down. 書いてください。私が言う通りに書いてください。Next is, I made the dish the way I learned it from my mother. Our verbs are learn, 習います, and made or make the dish, 作ります. So here we are going to use the た form because it's in the past or the action already happened. 母に習った、so 習います becomes 習った通りに料理を作りました。母に習った通りに料理を作りました。Another example, I'm brushing my teeth the way the dentist taught me. Our verbs are 教えてもらいます and 磨きます brush. So we say, 歯医者に教えてもらった. So again, in た form because the action already happened. The dentist taught me. followed by 通りに and then our verb 2, 歯を磨いています I'm brushing. 歯医者に教えてもらった通りに歯を磨いています。Next is using the same pattern, but this time we are going to use noun. So when we use noun, we have to add no before 通りに。noun の通りに verb to. Verb to or do verb to in the same way as noun. For example, please go along following the arrow. Our verb is go or go along. 行きます。So first we have our noun, the arrow, which is 矢印。矢印の通りに行ってください。矢印の通りに行ってください。I will cut the paper along the line. Our noun is the line and our verb is cut, which is 切ります。線 or line, 線の通りに紙を切ります。線の通りに紙を切ります。Next, I will fold the paper according to the drawing. Our noun is drawing and our verb is fold, which is 折ります。So we say 図 or drawing or figure 図の通りに紙を折ります。図の通りに紙を折ります。And one more example, I will assemble the furniture according to the instruction manual. Our noun is the instruction manual and our verb is assemble, which is 組み立てます。So, our noun, 説明書 which is instruction manual. 説明書の通りに家具 furniture 家具を組み立てます。説明書の通りに家具を組み立てます。Next is verb 1 or noun の後で verb 2, which means after verb 1 or noun, verb 2. So this is similar to the pattern verb てから verb 2. However, verb てから emphasizes that verb 2 will happen immediately after verb 1, while verb ta ato de means that the next action or verb 2 will happen sometime after verb 1. So, not necessarily immediately after verb 1. So, that's the main difference between verb te kara and verb ta ato de. Here we have two patterns. The first one is using ta form. So, verb in ta form followed by ato de and then verb 2, which means after verb 1, verb 2 happens. And another is noun no ato de, verb 2. After noun, verb 2. For example, after exercising, I drank beer. So our verbs are exercise or undo shimasu and drink, nomimasu. So using the pattern above, verb ta form. So we say undo shita ato de. Verb 2 is I drank beer. ビールを飲みました。運動した後でビールを飲みました。Again, 後で means that the second action happened sometime after the first one, so not necessarily immediately. Let's look at another example. After I bought the new one, I found the clock that I lost. So our verbs are buy, 買います and to found something or to find something, which is 見つかります。So, we will say 新しいの so the new one 新しいのを買った so, た form of 買います。新しいのを買った後でなくした時計が見つかりました。なくした時計が見つかりました。 新しいのを買った後でなくした時計が見つかりました。Another example is using a noun. Let's have a meal after the concert. So our noun is concert and our verb is to have a meal, which is 食事をします。So we will say noun コンサートの後で食事をしましょう。Let's have a meal. コンサートの後で食事をしましょう。And one more example. I take a shower after jogging. Our noun is jogging. Our verb is to take a shower or 浴びます。So, ジョギングの後でシャワーを浴びます。ジョギングの後でシャワーを浴びます。Next one is verb 1 in te form or verb 1 in nai form followed by de and then verb 2, which means do verb 2 with or without verb 1. So here we have two patterns, verb 1 in te form followed by verb 2, meaning do verb 2 with verb 1. So if it's in te form, it means with. So doing two actions simultaneously or accompanying the second action with the first action. And the other one is verb 1 in nai form, de verb 2. So here it means do verb without doing verb 1. Okay? For example, we eat sushi with soy sauce. So here our verb is 醤油をつけます。Although in the English sentence there is no word of つけます or to put, but it is understood that we want to say with or we eat sushi putting soy sauce. But in English it doesn't sound natural, so we just say we eat sushi with soy sauce. And our second verb is to eat, which is 食べます. So using this pattern, verb te, verb 2. So let's do this. 醤油をつけて寿司を食べます. So again, we don't translate this word per word because it will sound unnatural in English. But we want to say we eat sushi putting soy sauce on it. Basically, that's the literal English translation. But we can just say we eat sushi with soy sauce. 醤油をつけて寿司を食べます. Another example, I always go out with my umbrella. So our actions or our verbs are 傘を持ちます or I bring my umbrella. So with my umbrella means I bring my umbrella. And our second verb is to go out, which is 出かけます. So our sentence is いつも always いつも傘を持って出かけます。いつも傘を持って出かけます。Okay, next is using the nai form. For example, driving without. So here we are using without or nai. Without putting on a seatbelt is dangerous. So what are our verbs? So the first one is putting a seatbelt, which is シートベルトをします. And our second verb is drive, which is 運転します. So let's make this into our Japanese sentence. Again, we will make this into nai form. Okay? シートベルトをしないで. So します becomes しない. しないで. And then our verb to drive, we will make it into a noun. So we say 運転すること. 運転すること because we are using driving, which is a noun. 運転することが and we are describing it as dangerous or 危ない、危ないです。シートベルトをしないで運転することが危ないです。Driving without putting on a seatbelt is dangerous. And one more example, I drink coffee without putting sugar or without sugar. So our verbs are 砂糖を入れます put sugar and drink 飲みます So we say 砂糖を入れないでコーヒーを飲みます砂糖を入れないでコーヒーを飲みます And lastly, using the same pattern as the previous one, but only using the nai form, verb 1 nai de verb 2. But here it means different. It means not a verb, but instead verb 2. So here we have verb 1 nai form de verb 2, not verb 1, instead verb 2. So if you have two actions or two choices of actions and you want to emphasize that you are going to do or you did verb 2 instead of verb 1. Or I do verb 2 instead of verb 1. For example, I didn't sleep last night. Instead, I assembled my new furniture from IKEA. So our two verbs are didn't sleep or sleep, which is nemasu, and assemble, kumitatemasu. So let's make this into our sentence. So in nai form, nemasu is nenai, nenai. So nenai de. Last night. ゆうべはnenai de. Followed by our second verb, which is to assemble. IKEA の新しい家具を組み立てました。ゆうべは寝ないで IKEA の新しい家具を組み立てました。Another example, I'm not going to buy a cake. This is our verb 1. Instead, I'm going to make it myself. This is our verb 2. So, buy, 買います and make, 作ります So, we say, I'm not going to buy a cake. ケーキを or ケーキは買わないで Then, 自分で作ります Make it myself. ケーキは or ケーキを買わないで自分で作ります Another example. I don't throw away receipts. Instead, I collect them. Our verbs are to throw away and collect. 捨てます and 集めます 捨てます becomes 捨てないレシートは or レシートを捨てないで集めています。レシートは捨てないで集めています。And last example, I didn't go anywhere yesterday. I played games at home instead. Our verbs are go and play games. 行きます and ゲームをします。Our first verb is didn't go. 昨日はどこも、昨日 yesterday どこも anywhere. 昨日はどこも行かないで、うちでゲームをしました。I played games at home. 昨日はどこも行かないで、うちでゲームをしました。So if you notice, regardless of the tense of the first sentence or the first verb, it will always be written in nai form or nai de. So here, throw away, 捨てないで, didn't go, 行かないで. So this is in the present or in current tense, while this one is in past tense, but they are still both written in nai form. The second sentence will determine the tense of the whole sentence, if it's in present, past, or future. So, for example, 集めています and ゲームをしました。はい、以上です。どうですか？もし質問かコメントがあったら下に書いてくださいね。あと、このビデオは役に立ったら、like ボタンと subscribe ボタンを押してください。I will see you in the next one. またねー。